We're back at Graham Rec Park for Game 2 of this doubleheader between the Bluefield College Rams and the Milligan College Buffaloes here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Bailey Engel. We're glad to have you here for Game 2 as the Rams try to bounce back from their 5-3 loss. Lakin Sparks in the circle for the first time today as she deals inside to Erica Roller, the second baseman. Jenna Gilbert bats second and plays in left field, and Kaylee Frascatori, the DP, will bat third. So all of those batters we are guaranteed to see today. Sparks deals outside, or as I said, today, at least in the first inning. So Lakin Sparks getting the start in Game 2 for Bluefield after Cameron Pearson got the start in the circle in Game 1. Right down the middle for strike one, makes the count at 2-1. So Sparks, the young player coming from Tazewell, Virginia. So hometown player for Bluefield. 7.94 ERA and 2-6 record. So that pitch is swung on and stroked out to left field. Out to get it, Melick, as she makes the chase over towards left field. So Roller down now as Melick is out in left field. Out in center, Haley. And in right, Shirley for Bluefield. Right behind the plate, O'Neill. From third to first, Mary Blake Avery gets the start at third base. Pennington at short. At second, Lauren Bailey. And then at first, Meredith Throckmorton. That pitch grounded over to short by Gilbert, rocketing to first Pennington. And Bluefield already has the first two recorded outs. So in Game 1, it was a big inning for Milligan. They were down 1-0 for more than half of the game. Then jumped out to a 2-1 lead in the top of the fourth, and then scored a couple more runs in the fifth inning off of two straight homers from Frascatori and Neely Griffith. Here's the pitch. Check swing goes outside, ball one. It's Kaylee Frascatori. She had a home run in Game 1. Ended up going 2 for 4 with a single as well. Sparks, the righty, fires inside as that pitch is tapped foul down the third base line. Rams coming into this one 5-13, a 2-9 record in the AAC. Milligan very good at 15-10 with an 8-3 overall AAC record. Big conference swing. Rams trying to fight back as Sparks fires the fastball on the outside corner. Now up 1-2, 2 outs, top of the first inning. Sparks wasting no time. Change up, got her. Strike three, dropped, and O'Neill fires to first in time. Change up working there for Lakin Sparks. 3 up, 3 down, and then we will see the Bluefield College Rams batting in Game 2 when we come back on the Rams Digital Sports Network from Bluefield. Sophomore Jacqueline Jenkins will get the start in the circle for Milligan College as we are tied up 0-0, Buffaloes and Rams going into the bottom of the first. Jacqueline Jenkins with a 5.20 ERA. So far in the year has no saves, but 35 innings pitched, 41 hits, 34 runs, 26 of them earned, with 16 walks and an equal amount of strikeouts. For the Rams, their lineup looks like this. Kate Pennington will lead it off for Bluefield, the shortstop, while batting second and playing second, Lauren Bailey. Batting third, the designated player, Cameron Pearson. She was the pitcher in Game 1. Meredith Throckmorton bats fourth, and plays at first. While batting fifth, Mary Blake Avery, the third baseman. Riley O'Neill bats sixth and catches, while Erin Haley will bat seventh and play in center field. Sparks, the pitcher, Lakin, bats eighth as the first pitch goes inside on Pennington, count 1-0. And then batting ninth, getting the bottom end of the lineup in this one, Gabby Melick, the left fielder. Here's the pitch from Jenkins. Popped up right in front of home plate. Jenkins finds it and makes the catch. So a pop-up retires Kate Pennington, and now that'll bring up Lauren Bailey. Well, Bailey in game one batted in the 9-hole. She reached a couple times, once on an error, once on a single. That pitch goes outside, hits the corner though, strike one. Righty to lefty matchup. The pitch whipped but fouled on the left side, out of play. So Beaver over at shortstop for another game. She heated up after a few errors in game one. Had it happen in the first inning, and Bluefield really couldn't come back after Cassie Butcher did a good job in the circle. That one poked right into the glove of Nocera, and now there are two gone in the bottom of the first inning. Going to bring up Cameron Pearson, the designated player. So Savannah Shirley will be the flex player for Bluefield, playing out in right field. Lakin Sparks will have the bat in her hands as the pitcher. Two gone, nobody on. Still no score. Jenkins, pitch. Fastball just a bit low, below the knees of Cameron Pearson. Rams with the white jerseys and the blue numbers, blue letters in front that say Bluefield. Milligan back at it with the black jerseys. Orange letters, orange belts with the orange socks. Pitch goes inside, 2 balls and no strikes. Pearson in the last game had a couple of hits. Pitch. Swung on and a line drive out to center field. That'll drop in for a base hit. Griffith couldn't track it down, and now Cameron Pearson has her first hit of game 2. So Bluefield has a runner on with 2 outs, and with the country music blaring, that'll bring up Meredith Throckmorton. Throckmorton, a power hitter for Bluefield. Back in game 1, she actually had a single, and a pinch runner that came in for her, Taylor Strange, ended up scoring. 2 outs, runner at first. Still no score. Milligan College, a dominant force in the AAC, headed by now in his 30th season, Wes Holly, assisted by Wes Jr. Bluefield headed by Shelly Norton. And then Buddy Gallimore, the assistant coach, also the head coach of the volleyball program. Pitch goes low. Counted 1-0 to Throckmorton, batting right-handed, facing off against Jacqueline Jenkins. Bluefield with a pretty tough stretch coming up. They have Union College coming to Graham Rec Park this weekend in a doubleheader on Saturday. Pitch low, going to second, Pearson, and she's going to get there. Now the only force is at first base, and for Throckmorton, a runner in scoring position. Oh, for Jacqueline Jenkins, going with a face mask today, and that's a pretty big one, protecting her face just feet away from home plate. I have to commend softball for doing that. It's such a tighter field. Their reaction time is a tad bit challenged, as it's just a quicker field. 2-0 count to Throckmorton. Pitch inside, and she's up 3-0. So Pearson reached on a single, now steals second. 3-0 count for Throckmorton, likely to keep the bat on her shoulder here. Pitch. Got her on the inside corner. There's strike one. 3-1 the count. Throckmorton getting the signs from her head coach, and now steps back in on the left side of the plate. Runner at second, still no score. Jenkins fires. Right down the middle, strike 2, full count. So Throckmorton hasn't swung the bat yet in this at-bat, and now has to defend the plate here. Jenkins fighting back into it. Tired the first 2 batters, trying to get the 4th. Payoff. Swinging a slice ball into right field, a base hit. Pearson getting the green light, and she will come in to score. Bluefield on 1-0. Throckmorton with an arc. Good way to start out this first inning. So an RBI for Meredith Throckmorton, 1-0 Rams. That'll bring up Mary Blake Avery, the third baseman from Menchville. That pitch is swung on and fouled straight back to the backstop. Count, no balls, 1 strike. Avery steps back in on the right side. Jenkins surrendering a run. Pitch. Swung on a little tapper towards short. Throw to second there, and Bluefield is retired. But a run scores on 2 hits. No errors, and 1 runner left on base. Rams lead 1-0. Second straight game where they score a run in the first inning. And we're going to head to the second inning. Bluefield up by just 1 run over Milligan. One nothing Rams. Meredith Throckmorton knocked in Cameron Pearson in the bottom of the first, and now we will go to the second inning. Rams up 1-0. And the 4-5-6 due up to face off against the freshman Lakin Sparks. First pitch, swinging a foul ball right behind home plate. And there is strike 1. Neely Griffith, Morgan Overholser, and Kirsten Beaver all due up to face off against this right-handed pitcher from Tazewell, Virginia. Another start for Griffith, who homered in the last game, ended up going 2 for 4. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up. Beautiful there from Sparks. And quickly up 0-2. That was something we didn't really see from Cameron Pearson. Those change-ups did not solidify as much, especially at the end of the game. 0-2. And outside a fastball. And for Pearson, she just looked like she held on to the ball a little bit longer than she needed to, and the balls would just rise so high. 1-2. Soaked up on the bat, swings and serves it out to left field. It'll fall foul. It's about 200 down the lines here. A Little League field at Graham Rec Park. Long grass. We've had a lot of rain in the past few weeks. And we're at a rare spot now where there is no wind. Another change up and another swing and a miss. Second strikeout in a row for Sparks. And Morgan Overholser will step up to the plate with 1 out and nobody on. The mud also caking up out in the outfield. You see these outfielders on some fly balls. They have not been able to chase them down as much because they're picking up their feet. They're getting stuck out there. So that pitch is grounded down the third baseline off the glove of Avery, but in foul territory anyway. Overholser came in the last game and ended up getting a single. So coming into today, Overholser on the year with the .278 average, no homers, 5 RBIs. That pitch swung on and popped up foul. It will sky out and roll towards the parking lot. Have a couple of fields here at this complex. Rams playing on one on top of the hill. Out in the horizon, the beautiful Appalachian Mountains in Tazewell County, Virginia. 0-2. Lays off, and it's ball 1. Low pitch there. Overholser now in a 1-2 count with 1 out. The Rams with a solid start once again in the bottom of the first. Pitch. Another changeup that flares inside. O'Neal had to shake it off of her hand. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kirsten Beaver on deck. She had an RBI double in the last game. Two balls, 2 strikes. Sparks with the wind blowing towards right. The pitch. Outside corner, strike 3. Rung her up for the 3rd strikeout of the game. That'll bring up Kirsten Beaver. Well, Beaver, the shortstop, had a couple of errors in the first inning of game one and then bounced back after that. The lefty takes the ball high. Went 1 for 3 with an RBI double. Reached on an error and got all the way to third in the sixth inning of game one. That game going just about an hour and 50 minutes. 1-0. Change up right down Broadway. Strike one. An American flag out in center field. Staying relatively stationary than what we saw in game one. Pitch. Swinging a line drive, tapping up the middle, a base hit. And Beaver is on with 2 outs in the top of the second. 1-0 Rams still, though. That will bring up the 7-hitter Savannah Nocera. Nocera, the third baseman, once again. Fastball misses outside, ball one. She also had a double back in the first game and ended up getting thrown out trying to steal third. Riley O'Neill did a pretty good job guarding third base as there's a swing and a hard-hit ground ball ricocheting off the fencing, protecting that Bluefield dugout. Count evens at 1-1 with 2 gone. Runner at first. 1-0 the score. Rams lead. Just in the top of the second inning. Sparks juggling the ball in her right hand. Whips it in. Just a bit outside. 2-1 favoring the batter Nocera. Pitch. Missing outside. O'Neill with a pickoff try over to first. Throckmorton can't even lay down a tag. 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 strike, a true batter's count to Nocera. Runner at first. 2 gone. Pitch. Inside, ball 4. Beaver moves over to second, and Nocera gets the base on balls. The first walk from Sparks today. That'll bring up the pitcher, Jacqueline Jenkins. First time we've seen Jenkins today. It's .412, a good batter. Now this is her 9th game where she starts offensively. And Wes Holly able to call a timeout and try to talk this one over with his batters here. Runners at second and first for Milligan College. Jenkins with no home runs but 3 RBIs, 7 hits and 17 at-bats. Trying to equalize or possibly take the lead with a go-ahead run potentially at first. Righty to lefty, a tall batter at that as Jenkins watches a fastball go high. One ball, no strikes pitch. Zips outside. Count is at 2-0. 1-0 Rams lead. Meredith Throckmorton with an RBI single in the bottom of the first. Sparks trying to get out of this inning unscathed, though. Another fastball zooming in high. Timeout called by Riley O'Neill. The catcher will talk this one over with her young pitcher. Glad to have you with us on the Rams Digital Sports Network. If you're interested, baseball tomorrow against Shawnee State. Doubleheader, that's going to start at 3 o'clock. That's at Bowen Field. So Sparks, after striking out the first 2 batters of the inning, trying to find the strike zone, and does there with a fastball that notches on the inside corner. So Jenkins coming from Gray, Tennessee. Pitch. 3-1 is swung on and sliced out towards the left field line and foul. It's strike 2. So a full count. Sparks has it in the circle. Runners at second and first. Beaver on with the single. Nocera earned a walk. Full count to the lefty. Wind blowing towards right. The pitch. Swinging a high drive out to center field. Haley backs up, and it hits off her glove. She dropped it. A run will score on the error. Here comes Nocera. Throw to the plate. Too short, and 2-run score. It's 2-1. So an E8 will get Jenkins aboard. Beaver scores as well as Nocera. And that is just unfortunate. Haley drifted all the way back towards the fence. plopped right off the palm of her glove, and now it's 2-1. Meanwhile, the first pitch to Madison Grindstaff is a strike right down the middle. Tough break there for the pitcher Sparks. Pitch goes on the outside corner, quickly up 0-2. So Grindstaff trying to find a hit today would be just her 9th of the season, hitting .267. Pitch. Swinging a little ground ball, spinning towards first. Throckmorton bobbles it, can't get the tag. E3, and now the error puts 2 runners on base. Jenkins to second, Grindstaff at first, and looked like Throckmorton just lazily played that spin out of her glove, plopped out, and then couldn't get the tag there. So Grindstaff maneuvers her way around the tag and gets to first. So 2 straight dastardly errors brings us right back to the top of the Milligan lineup. And the first pitch to Erica Roller is inside, a fastball. 2-1 the score, Milligan leads. We're in the top of the second with 2 outs. So Milligan keeping that trend going where they've been able to score runs with 2 outs. Hard hit ground ball over to Avery, whips to first on target, and the inning is over. But 2 runs score on just 1 hit, 2 errors, and 2 runners left on base. Headed to the bottom of the second, Milligan takes the 2-1 lead. Tough break for the Rams in the top of the second inning. Now headed to the bottom of the second. They're down 2-1 after a couple of runs score off of some errors from Bluefield center fielder as well as the first baseman, Aaron Haley and Meredith Throckmorton, respectively. But here's Riley O'Neill, the catcher. Takes the first pitch from Jacqueline Jenkins inside. It's ball 1. O'Neill had a good game behind the plate in game 1. Trying to get something done offensively, though. She was 0 for 3. Now the pitch goes outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Rams falling to 2-9 in conference play. With the injuries and the rain, Rams really haven't found a rhythm to their season. That pitch is swung on, bounced up the middle, and sneaking through. There's a base hit for Riley O'Neill. Third hit of the ball game for Bluefield. That'll bring up Aaron Haley, the center fielder. Well, just moments ago, Jacqueline Jenkins, the pitcher, actually sent one deep out to center field, plopped right off of the glove of Aaron Haley, and that got some things started to score a few more runs. 2 runs scored on that play. Should have been out number 3. First pitch, and Haley with a little check swing bunt attempt, and it goes right over the glove of Nocera, infield single. O'Neill to second, Haley to first, choked up and popped it up right over Nocera, who was coming in, and fooled her on that bunt. So that'll bring up Lakin Sparks. Sparks was the DP in game 1. In that effort, went 1 for 3, had a singler last time up. 2 runners on, though. Pitch goes high, no outs. 2-1 the score. Both of these teams kind of evenly matched, but you can see that Milligan is a little bit deeper than Bluefield. When the pitching went late, Milligan was able to go into the bullpen and bring out Snyder to relieve Cassie Butcher. 1-0. Right down the middle. Great fastball there to even the count at 1-1. But Bluefield had to keep Cameron Pearson in the circle and wait for Lake and Sparks to get ready for game 2. Slight gust of wind flowing out towards left. The pitch, and the righty swings and misses. Count out a ball and 2 strikes to Lake and Sparks. O'Neill at second, and over at first, Haley. The pitch ricochets through the catcher, and she can't find it. The wild pitch gives Bluefield a chance to knock a runner in with the base hit, or maybe 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. O'Neill to third, and Haley moves over to second. So Cook, the catcher, couldn't find that ball. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And the first strikeout of the afternoon for Jacqueline Jenkins. Down to the bottom of the lineup, it's Gabby Mellick. She had a base hit in the last game. So it looks like head coach for Bluefield switching up the lineup going into game 2. You see on the baseball side of thing, head coach Mike White does not switch up that lineup at all. Pitch, Mellick with a bunt attempt, popped up, Nocera easily there to snag it, and there's out number 2. Missed opportunity for Bluefield. Runners stay where they are. O'Neill at third, Haley at second. That'll bring us right back to the top of the lineup with Kate Pennington. Pennington popped up to the first base, or the catcher, the pitcher the last time. Takes a strike for the first pitch of the at-bat. O'Neill on with a single, so was Aaron Haley. Runners at third and second. Pitch. Pennington with a hard hit ball right up the middle off the glove of Roller, and a run will score to tie the game. Here comes Haley, no throw to the plate, and Bluefield takes the 3-2 lead. Good piece of hitting there for Pennington, and the 2 RBI single gives the Rams the lead. 3-2 the score, and that'll bring up Lauren Bailey. Now batting right-handed. Runner at first, and Pennington getting the sign from Newton. Maybe she'll go. Pitch from Jenkins. Inside corner, strike 1. So the Rams already matching their run total from game 1. They lost that one 5-3. Rocks and offers. Swinging a pop-up. Right side of the infield, Erica Roller camps out under it and makes the catch for out number 3. Well, Pennington was going back to first, didn't realize it was 2 outs. But now there are 3. Going to the third inning, Rams able to take the lead there, 3-2 over top of Milligan, live from Bluefield. Riley O'Neill throws it down to second base, and that means we're just about ready to get started with the third inning. Rams able to put 2 on the board in the bottom of the second, and now they take the 3-2 lead with Lake and Sparks on the rubber and inside of the circle. Here comes Jenna Gilbert. She grounded out to Mary Blake Avery, all part of a 1-2-3 top of the first inning. Will Sparks with a pitch, swinging a ground ball off the glove of the pitcher. No one there to field it, and there will be a runner at first to start off this third inning. That was a tough one for Sparks. She couldn't try to track it down. It was just so slowly rolling off of the glove that Kate Pennington couldn't pick it up. Here's Frascatore. Struck out looking her first time. Shows that she's going to try to swing back on that one, and now will swing and foul it. We've seen that at other levels of the softball game when a player shows their bat right in front of the strike zone. They're trying to find their timing. Count at 0-1, no outs, a runner at first. And the 0-1. Right down the middle. Beautiful pitch from Sparks. So far, the main difference, as we have noted on in the past innings or so, we have seen that Lakin Sparks' changeup has worked. Have to see if she does that here. Doesn't. Line drive, left field, base hit. Rolling into the glove of Melick, and now there are two aboard for the Buffaloes. So Frascatore cued it off the bat there. I'll bring up Neely Griffith, 0 for 1 with a strikeout, one of 3 Ks in the books for Sparks. Stepping up to the plate on the right side, Neely Griffith. No outs, pitch well inside, ball 1. 3-2 the score, we're in the top of the third, Rams on top. Pitch. Swinging a hard hit ground ball, bouncing off the glove of Bailey. Pennington there, throwing home. O'Neill keeps it in front, and a good job there by the shortstop to get that one into home. So now the bases are loaded instead of one runner being able to score. So Griffith on with a single. Good job by Lauren Bailey to punch it down into the dirt, but still now the damage done. Bases loaded. No outs for Morgan Overholser, who struck out looking her last time up. First real jam of the game for the pitcher. Pitch. Inside again, a fastball missing. 1 ball, no strikes, 3-2. Bluefield leads, but now in jeopardy here with the runners all over the place. One 0. Swinging a ground ball to third. Avery whips home, and the force out is there. Station to station go the runners. Overholser over to first now with a fielder's choice, and Gilbert taking off of the base paths. So Frascatore to third, Griffith to second. That'll bring up Kirsten Beaver, 1 for 1 with a single and a run scored. Now the pitch, swinging a bouncer over towards Pennington, throw home, there, 2 outs. So these ground balls just can't leak through the infield, and Bluefield has done a good job of forcing the ball home. So they keep their lead as of right now. On with another fielder's choice, Beaver. So she goes to 1 for 2, Overholser to second. And now to third, Neely Griffith. First pitch on the inside corner for Nocera, strike 1. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Pitch to the righty. Inside, Nocera limbos out of the way. Meanwhile, a throw down to third. And a tag applied by Avery, but safely back to the bag, Neely Griffith. O'Neill rolling the dice a little bit there, trying to catch off a runner. 1-1. Just a little bit low, scraping in the dirt. 2 balls, 1 strike. 3-2 the score, Rams lead. Nocera with no batting gloves. 2-1. Swinging a hard hit ball into left field. That's going to score some runs. Here comes Griffith to tie the game. Overholser trots in, and it's 4-3 in favor of the Buffaloes. 2 RBI double with 2 outs, and the base is loaded. So Vanna Nocera, her second double of the game. And just like that, Milligan has a grasp of this ball game again. Beaver to third, meanwhile, and no Sarah with a few RBIs on that one. And Bluefield almost got out of it after those ground balls hit into by Overholser and Beaver. Bluefield went home, but now with 2 outs, that'll bring up the pitcher, Jacqueline Jenkins. Score jumps up to 4-3 Milligan College. Top of the third, Sparks fires. Goes outside, ball 1. Happy to be here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Baseball tomorrow. This is our final game of the day with softball. Be right back here on Saturday, 1-0. Inside. 2 balls, no strikes. Runners at second and third, so the only force now is at first. 4-3 Milligan leads. Sparks with a pitch. Misses outside, a pump fake from O'Neill. Count at 3-0. Jenkins flirting with being able to be walked to load up the bases. Pitch. Outside, ball 4, and Jenkins reaches for the second time today. Bases loaded and 2 outs. Madison Grindstaff got to the plate after that error by Meredith Throckmorton. Just curved the ball down the first baseline, and Throckmorton played it so slowly, popped out of her glove, and then couldn't lay down the tag. Another little conference between Mary Blake Avery and Lakin Sparks. I might have a change here. Wes Holly talking this one over with the home plate umpire. Now we have a new hitter. Madison Grindstaff was the right fielder, and now it looks like Rachel Coffey will step up to the plate to try to swing here. She played in game 1. So Jacqueline Jenkins taken off. And now a new runner brought in to run for the pitcher, and it'll be Kaylee Shoemaker. Now stepping up to the plate, Rachel Coffey. Coffey in game 1 did hit a home run that snuck over the center field wall. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 4-3 the score. Pitch, Sparks with a great fastball that nicks on to the inside corner, strike 1. Now pleasant here at Graham Rec Park. No wind. And the sun fighting through in the horizon. The pitch. Change-up cut on and missed. Strike 2. So now the base is loaded. Been a long inning so far. Just in the top of the third, Rams trail by 1. Count an 0-2 for Coffey. The pitch. High and in. There's ball 1. Good pitch, though, by Sparks. Trying to get her to chase on a rise ball there. Can't fool now what seemingly could be the right fielder. Now just the pinch hitter. The 1-2. Another changeup bouncing in the dirt. O'Neill keeps in front. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Right back up to the rubber. Lakin Sparks deals the pitch. High and in. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count, bases loaded. Beaver at third. Osera at second. Payoff. Swung on and flared to left. A base hit. Here comes some runners. Beaver scores. Throw to the plate. Not in time. And O'Neill has nowhere to go with it. So it'll be a single for Coffey. She advances to second on the throw. So Nocera as well as Beaver will score. And the inning continues. It's now 6-3 in favor of Milligan. And all the way over to third is Shoemaker, the pinch runner. So 2 RBIs on the single from Coffey. Now the 9th batter of the inning, it'll be Erica Roller. And Wes Holly penciling in a new runner. And right back into the game goes Madison Grindstaff. She will run for Coffey. Right back up to the plate, Erica Roller 0 for 2. Now 2 runners in scoring position, 6-3 Milligan. All that with 2 outs. First pitch by Sparks to Erica Roller goes right down the middle, strike one. So far, 4 runs have came across the plate for Milligan in this inning, as that one is bounced over to Pennington, lob to first, and time in the inning is over. But 4-run score, and now it is 6-3 in favor of Milligan. Bluefield trying to come back down by 3 runs here live from Graham Rec Park. Here's Cameron Pearson. Bluefield down 6-3 into the bottom of the third here at Graham Rec Park. Jacqueline Jenkins lobs a pitch high and outside, and it is ball one. That was a huge top of the third inning. 4 runs coming across for Milligan. They had bases loaded for most of the inning, but still going with the trend of scoring all of those runs with 2 outs. As Pearson pokes it foul on the right side. They'll go out of play. Count evens at a ball and a strike for the senior designated player. She's one of the 3 runs scored for Bluefield, knocked in by Meredith Throckmorton back in the first inning, who is now on deck for the Rams. 1-1. It's been a line drive into right field, base hit. So Pearson sprays it out towards right, and now the Rams have their leadoff runner on. I'll bring up Meredith Throckmorton, 1 for 1 with an RBI single back in the first inning. Jacqueline Jenkins doing a decent job here, still giving up 2 runs back in the second inning. Milligan's offense has been able to back up their pitchers. Off speed and inside, ball 1. See if Throckmorton can try to send one on a ride here. 3 homers on the season. That pitch is another rise ball that goes high and in. And now a time called. Wes Holly has been trying to pencil in so many different players and substitutions, whether it be pinch hitters, pinch runners. And now he's got that magic clipboard out at the circle and trying to work in somebody else. Maybe he's just trying to get these pitch calls down as the wind is starting to tornado around here at Graham Rec Park. Still a beautiful look at the mountains in the backdrop. We couldn't see them for most of Game 1 because of the periodic rain that was peppering our setup here right behind home plate. But now Wes Holly will just try to get these calls into his sophomore pitcher. 6-3 the score, Milligan on top. Going to be right back here on Saturday. Union College coming to town, another AAC matchup for Bluefield College. Coming into this one 5-13. Play resumed, a 1-1 count to Meredith, or 2-0 count to Meredith Throckmorton. Runner at first. And time called. So Pearson is 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Pitch. In the dirt, Pearson jumps off the bag, but able to get right back to the pitcher is Wood. So now the count is 3 balls, no strikes. See if Meredith Throckmorton can try to lay off this one here. It's happened in the exact same order of the last at bat. The pitch right down the middle, strike 1. So Throckmorton was up 3-0 in the count and then had to fight her way back in towards being on first base after going to a full count. 3-1. Swinging a ground ball over to second. Roller lays down the tag, whips to first, a double play. Wiping off the base runners for Bluefield, and here's Mary Blake Avery. 0 for 1 hit into a fielder's choice that ended the first inning. So the Rams down by 3. And now Avery with a chance to try to get on base and maybe ignite some 2-out magic for Bluefield. Jacqueline Jenkins serves it in and gets the line drive caught at the circle. So that is it. 3 up, 3 down goes Bluefield after the double play hit into by Throckmorton, and Avery lines it off right back to the pitcher. Headed to the 4th inning, Rams down by 3. Another tough one so far for Bluefield College. It is 6-3. They're down by 3 runs. Jenna Gilbert comes up to the plate facing off against Lakin Sparks as Milligan College put 4 on the board in the top of the 3rd inning. A very long inning that Lakin Sparks tried very hard to fight through. As that pitch is poked through the 5-6 hole, there's a base hit for Jenna Gilbert, her first of game 2. So second straight inning where Gilbert is able to get on to lead it off. Goes to 1 for 3 after the last one was an error by the pitcher. Kaylee Frascatori steps up to the plate. She singled and struck out looking in the first inning. Part of 3 strikeouts by Sparks that were actually consecutive. That pitch is stroked down the left field line, foul, and I think it might have hit very close to Buddy Gallamore's Jeep. No balls, 1 strike. Well, Milligan College just 2.5 hours away, bringing a decent contingent from Johnson City, Tennessee. That pitch is a bit high and outside. Kaylee Frascatori now in a 1-1 count. Homered back in game 1. That blue and white bat. Pitch. Check swing and a little nubber foul, rocketing back towards the right panel of the backstop. Ball and 2 strikes, a runner at first in Gilbert. Have some sort of a cappella fashion going down the first base line. On the 1-2. Change up cut on and popped up down the left field line. Melick chasing it down and makes the catch in foul territory. Good job by Gabby Melick. She has covered a ton of ground out in left field today. There's out number 1. Gilbert stays at first. That'll bring up Neely Griffith. Griffith with a single and a run scored back in that big 3rd inning. Time called. Over Sparks wearing that face mask goes right back onto the rubber. Pitch. Change up inside. So saw the change up there. Frascatori bit on it hard and was way early and popped it up out to left. Change up working for Sparks, who's still operating with a smile on her face, even while her team is down 6-3. Runner at first, Jenna Gilbert. Pitch inside, O'Neal snags it. Went on a decent flow, now right towards home plate. One ball, one strike. Pitch outside corner, strike two. So the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes rather. Runner at first with 1 out. Pitch high and outside, ball 3. Count loaded up. And for Neely Griffith trying to fight through this one. Pitch inside, strike 2. Well, they've trying to get the scoreboard correct. Well, there are 2 strikes. Pitch high, and it's ball 4, so Gilbert will move to second, and Griffith over to first base. So now with 1 gone, that'll bring up Morgan Overholser with 2 runners on base for Milligan. Last time she was up, she hit into a fielder's choice, eventually came around to score on the 2 RBI double by Savannah Nocera. (6-3) Milligan leads. Pitch softly hit, ground ball to short. Pennington trying to get to third, and she can't. Bases loaded. Awkward positioning where Mary Blake Avery was trying to get the ball before it snuck through the hole. Pennington had it covered, but nobody was there to cover the third base bag, so everyone is safe. Overholser on with a fielder's choice, and Gilbert moves to third. Griffith to second. Bases loaded, 1 out. Second straight inning where Milligan, really with relative ease, able to get the bases loaded up. Now with the wind starting to smoke in towards home plate, another timeout called by Wes Holly. Maybe one of the more deliberate softball coaches in the AAC. These conferences have amounted up to about 5 or 6 just in game 2. That'll bring up Kirsten Beaver. She scored a pair of runs today, singled in the second, and reached on a fielder's choice in the third. Batting left-handed, just 1 out. Pitch watches it go right across her numbers, strike 1. So 3 strikeouts on the day for Lake and Sparks, but that happened back in the first going into the second inning. Pitch. We get a foul ball right over the backstop quickly. Down 0-2 is Beaver. So she's going to have to fight here. Bases loaded, 1 out, 0-2. Swing and a line drive caught by Sparks. Throw to third in time. What a double play. Bluefield catches a break with the bases loaded and 1 out, and the double play turned by Lake and Sparks. And Milligan does not score in the top of the 4th. So the score remains 6-3, and we will go to the bottom of the 4th here at Bluefield. Jacqueline Jenkins in the circle for Milligan, headed to the bottom of the fourth. It is 6-3 in favor of the Buffaloes. First pitch goes right down low for Riley O'Neill. It's ball one. Rams in the 6, 7, 8 part of their lineup. O'Neill with a single her last time came around to score. Now they 1-0 to the catchers. He swings and pops it up. Shallow center, drifting and caught by Beaver. Had to track it down as that ball just stayed in the air seemingly forever. Now with one out, that will go to Erin Haley, who also singled kind of in an unorthodox way back in the second inning. Choked up on the bat, looked like she was going to bunt, but instead just popped it up right over the third baseman Nocera's head. 6-3 the score. Jacqueline Jenkins looking out of what is almost a football helmet on her head. Cutting a miss on the slapper. Strike one. Little lineup change. Megan Gross out in left field, replacing Jenna Gilbert. 0-1. Watched outside. Count it 1-1. Overcast skies with kind of a bluish hue to them. Wind whipping around that American flag out in center field. 1-1. And hits the corner for strike two. Count it 1-2. Lakin Sparks up next. One out, nobody on. 6-3 Rams trail. On the bottom of the fourth inning. Jacqueline Jenkins, 1-2. Swinging a foul ball, keeping Haley alive. And whoever is on foul ball duty has definitely got a good quad workout today. Those balls rolled down that steep hill, and we are up here, folks. Another 1-2. Swinging a ground ball, sneaking through the 5-6 hole and make that 2 straight singles for Erin Haley. That'll bring up Lakin Sparks. Sparks in the circle, a solid start for her, but the errors piling up for Bluefield, and then Milligan has just been able to dink these little hits in. Not a bunch of power hits like we saw in game one. First pitch, Sparks smokes it down the third baseline foul. Game one with those 2 straight homers in the 5th inning really broke the back of Bluefield. They had a chance in the bottom of the 7th though. With 2 runners on and just 1 out, Caitlin Pennington hit into a double play. And there were no outs in that situation, but still the 0-1. On the outside corner, strike 2. Rams trying to end their losing streak, and Milligan keeping theirs alive. 0-2. Change up, swing, and a ground ball through the legs of Jenkins, and tag made at second base by the shortstop Kirsten Beaver. So the lead runner taken off, Sparks on at first with a fielder's choice, and as the music blares, Erin Haley walks to the dugout. That will bring up Gabby Mellick. Mellick, a switch hitter, batting left-handed now. Runner at first. First pitch, Mellick watches it go on the dirt, and it's ball 1. Popped up to the third baseman her last time up. 2 out, Sparks at first base. Now the 1-0. Swinging a small tapper right in front of the home plate, and an out is recorded as Mellick hit it off of her foot going into fair territory. So a way to end the 4th inning, and Bluefield trails 6-3. Going into the 5th inning, here's no Sarah. She fouls it off. Milligan leads 6-3. Lincoln Sparks still on the mound. 7-8-9-2 up for the Buffaloes. No Sarah's having a good day. 2 RBI double. She scored a run as well in the 3rd inning. And she has scored twice today. As a matter of fact, she was walked back in the 2nd inning. Pitch. They're going to pop up towards the middle of the infield, and it is almost bobbled by Lauren Bailey. So Bluefield changing some players around. Pitch. Jacqueline Jenkins fouls it off on the left side, goes out of play. So 6-3 the score. We're in the 5th inning of Game 2 of this doubleheader. Gonna have baseball tomorrow. Want to tune in on the Rams Digital Sports Network? You can at 3 o'clock as Bluefield takes on Shawnee State. Team coming in from Ohio. Rams were supposed to go there about a month ago, but because of that gigantic snow smorgasbord, if you will, Bluefield could not make the trip. Jacqueline Jenkins takes it outside. Ball and a strike. Now some of these game balls getting cycled in have a tendency to run out of them. So Kenna Denton over at second base, the senior from Chesapeake. Melick has been taken out of the game. Pennington moves from short to left, and Lauren Bailey from second to short. Changeup loops high on Jenkins. Two balls, one strike to the pitcher. Looks like Madison Grindstaff is on deck as Jenkins fouls another one off. After she sprays it on the left side, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Even count. Jenkins adjusting her helmet. She's doing a good job in the circle today. Bluefield has had some missed opportunities, but Milligan has really backed her up offensively. Another changeup misses inside on the lefty. Here's ball 3, 3-2 the count. Payoff. Way outside, ball 4. Runner at first with one out, and now the 9-hitter Madison Grindstaff. But she re-enters after Coffee was taken off. Coffee was batting in part of the lineup and knocked into a single. Shows laid down perfectly right in front of home plate. First, not in time. One single for Grindstaff first in the afternoon. Now runners order for the Buffaloes going back to the top of the lineup. Roller. Good choice to bunt there as Madison Grindstaff trying to swing the second inning. Got off that error. That'll bring up Erica Roller. Time called. Bluefield is switching out these game balls. Lincoln Sparks. Over at Buddy Gallimore trying to get a new game ball in. Had about 3 roll down into the ditch. There's actually another way down at the bottom of this mountain. Probably a bucket of balls down there. So that one is a check swing bunt down the third baseline and foul. Roller 0 for 3 in game 2 after having a solid game 1. 15-10 Milligan College Buffaloes, 8-3 in conference. 0-1, another bunt attempt, ricocheting down the third baseline. Sparks fires to third, and the out is recorded. So fielder's choice will bring Roller on to first base. Jenkins taken off of the base pass, and now there are 2 outs. Not the best placed bunt down the third baseline. Sparks able to field her position and get that lead runner off. Grindstaff to second, and here comes Jenna Gilbert. Now a little swing down the third baseline. Barehanded Avery whipped to first. Not in time. Bases loaded. And rather for Milligan College, Gilbert was taken off, and that was Megan Gross with her first base hit of the afternoon. So Gross on at first. And now Roller moves over to second, with Grindstaff all the way over at third base. So the third straight inning where Milligan College has been able to load up the bases, and here comes Kaylee Frascatore. Designated player with a single today. First pitch to the righty is inside. Bases loaded, wind changing directions out in center field. And as we have seen it in game 2, Milligan College has not really sent a charge into the ball. They might be due for one in the top of the 5th with 2 outs. Sparks deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. We haven't seen Milligan swing through it that much today. Bluefield has not thrown any firepower between Cameron Pearson and Lakin Sparks. They've been relying on the field to get the job done. So that pitch is swung on and nubbed right off of the foot of Frascatore. She's down to a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Steps back to the plate, the 1-2. Swing and a flare towards center. Bailey can't track it down, and runs will score. Grindstaff comes in. So does Roller, and it's a 2 RBI single for Kaylee Frascatore. Make that 8-3. 5-run lead for Milligan College. Grindstaff comes in. Lauren Bailey almost got it. Just blooped so slowly into the air and now landed out in that long grass in center field. So 8-3 the score, and here comes 4-hitter Neely Griffith.
Come on, Neely, big sticks, 2-6.
Sparks starting to struggle here. 8-3 the score. Rams lost game 1 5-3, trying to avoid the sweep. That pitch goes outside. Griffith with a single in this game. She scored a run and walked her last time, 1 for 2. So we're going to pop up shallow into the left side of the infield, and Bailey tracks it down to make the catch for out number 3. But in that inning, 2-run score off of the big single from Kaylee Frascatore. It's now 8-3, 5-run lead for Milligan College, headed to the bottom of the 5th. Rams now down by 5 runs. It's 8-3 in favor of the Milligan College Buffaloes. They've been able to load up the bases in 3 straight innings. So now the Rams going with the top of their lineup here. Here's Kate Pennington. First pitch ricochets in the dirt off of the catcher and rolls back towards the backstop for ball 1. Pennington singled in the second inning. Knocked in a couple of runs in the process. Now the 1-0. Swinging a high drive out to right field. Grindstaff able to lazily jog back and make the catch. That was nearly up at the chin of Pennington. Tried to swing through it and couldn't land a base hit. I'm going to bring up Lauren Bailey. Got to say, out of the 2 walk-up songs we've heard from Lauren Bailey today, I got to say that the country version's a little bit better than that first song, the peanut butter jelly song. Pitch Slapped on the ground over to third. No Sarah Fields. Throw to first. A little bit low, but caught. And there is out number 2. So the quick 2 gone. Here's Cameron Pearson. 2 for 2 with a couple of singles. In the infield, no Sarah at third, Beaver at short. Erica Roller at second base, and Morgan Overholser wearing the Milligan College hat at first. Still wind coming in with the overcast skies. Pitch, swinging a hard hit ground ball. Now Pearson is 3 for 3. That one sneaks through the 5-6 hole and rolls out to left field. If Throckmorton can keep it going with 2 outs, 8-3 the score. Rams down by 5. Already 2 gone, and Throckmorton has an RBI single to her name back in the first inning. Milligan threatening to sweep this doubleheader. Bluefield continues to come up short in these situations. Throckmorton fouls it off right behind home plate. That will likely go all the way down the road, and we will never see that ball again. Got it 0-1. Throckmorton hasn't been able to put the barrel on the ball today. The 0-1. Just a bit inside. Got it 1-1. She's a player with a lot of potential to do so. Really turning a lot of heads back in the Bay Rivers district back in Smithfield. It looks like Shelly Newton has targeted that as one of her recruiting hubs, as that one is a flare towards short, caught by Beaver. And the 7.57 native falls to 1 for 3. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and Pearson left at first base. 5 complete in Bluefield, 8-3 the score. Now to the 6th inning, Rams down 8-3. Lincoln Sparks still on the mound going up against Morgan Overholser now. First baseman has reached on 2 straight fielder's choices, 0 for 3. She grounds that one softly down the third baseline and fielded in foul territory by Mary Blake Avery. Well, Milligan College, that energy has been there all throughout those doubleheaders. That one is swung on and driven out to left center, tracking it down. Haley off of her glove, another error. Here comes Overholser on her way to second. Throw is high over the head of Denton. And Haley has just been eaten up out in center field today, unfortunately for Bluefield. A couple of errors for that center fielder. That one was a little bit tougher. It went right off the end of her glove and bounced into the grass. So with the E8, that will put Overholser at second. And it will go to Kirsten Beaver again, who has reached twice today. A single and a fielder's choice. She is 1 for 3 with a couple of runs scored. And another pinch runner coming in.
33 for 5.
Kayla Baker steps to second base, the sophomore from Clinton, Tennessee. So the errors really have littered the scorebook here. That is the fourth one. Goes outside on the first pitch to Kirsten Beaver. Lined out to Sparks her last time. It was that double play that ended the fourth inning. It was bases loaded and 1 out. She rocketed back to Sparks as that pitch goes outside. Quickly the count at 2-0. And Sparks caught it lobbed to third base and robbed Jenna Gilbert of her opportunity to get back to the bag. Runner at second, though, no outs, 8-3 the score. Pitch, swing and a miss. Trying to chase an outside pitch there, and Sparks looking like that was the opportunity she wanted to fire on that part of the plate. And in 1-1 the pitch. Third straight pitch where she's positioning on that outside, but couldn't get it to go. 2 balls and a strike to Kirsten Beaver. On the offer, swinging a ground ball, sneaking up the middle, through for a base hit. Fielded by Haley, throw to the plate, cut off by Throckmorton. And there is an RBI single for Kirsten Beaver. Make that 9-3 on the scoreboard now. And it's a 6-run lead for Milligan College, threatening to possibly go up by that dreaded 8 runs, which could end the game on a mercy ruling. Here's Savannah Nocera. RBI double back in the third inning as she fouls it away on the right side. 5-3 was the score to game 1. And we are losing a fair share of game balls in this one. No balls, 1 strike. And for Lakin Sparks, rocking through. Pitch high. Runner at first. No outs. Runner's already scored. It is 9-3. Pitch. Pulled down, foul on the third base side. The count is at 1-2. Nocera in the warm-up swing actually choked up about halfway on the bat. See if she adjusts here in this 1-2 pitch. Ball and 2 strikes. Sparks right back up towards the rubber. And now the offer. Change up, swung on, out into right field, dropping for a base hit. Shirley fields, and now the runners will move a station up. Beaver to second, Nocera to first. And that will bring up Jacqueline Jenkins. Wind still whipping in. Very big part of our game today. That pitch hits on the outside corner. Jenkins has been walked twice in this one and reached on an error by the center fielder Erin Haley, so she is only 0 for 1. 0-1 outside. Ball and a strike. Jenkins a towering presence in the middle of the field and at the plate. A big strike zone for Lakin Sparks to work with. 1-1. Swing and a poke down the left field line, and it will be pushed foul. There's strike 2. Well, we had about 4 innings without wind. Possibly go maybe another inning without any rain as well. Last time I said that, we had rain for about 35 minutes. 1-2. Change up, cut on, hit on a line out to right field. Shirley tracks it down, makes the catch. No one's there to cover first. Rolling towards the dugout and able to tag up and move to third is Kirsten Beaver. Nocera was almost at second base. Didn't realize that that one was hit with just no outs. And Nocera gets back to first safely. Not a great throw from Savannah Shirley, but still the out recorded. 1 out, runners on the corners now. Beaver moves to third. Now here's Madison Grindstaff with runners on the corners and 1 out. Have to see if Bluefield can possibly turn 2. First pitch, Grindstaff shows bunt and bounces it right back behind the catcher Riley O'Neill. Got an 0-1 with 1 out. 9-3 the score, a 6-run lead for Milligan. That big third inning for them is when they scored 4 runs. Rams have not scored since the second. So it's now 7 unanswered for Milligan. As that pitch goes inside, defensive indifference moves Nocera over to second base. Now the only force is at first. And Wes Hawley calls time. Imagine that. With a ball and a strike. Talking it over with both of these batters. A 6-run lead, and strategy still being executed by Milligan College. Madison Grindstaff taking some practice cuts. Erica Roller on deck for Milligan. Well, unless Bluefield is able to jump back in the bottom of the 6th and possibly the bottom of the 7th, they will fall to 5-13. Or 5-14, excuse me. 1-1. So we're going to pop up right side of the infield. Denton tracks it down in foul territory and makes the basket catch. Beaver flirting with tagging up and going home, goes right back to the bag. And for Keena Denton, that might be the play of the game for her. Able to find it when not making it very easy to catch, but she makes the catch in foul territory. Back to the top of the lineup with Erica Roller. So 2 straight outs. Pitch. High and into Erica Roller, who is 0 for 4. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th and came around to score. Wind pushing out towards left. That one choked up and fouled off on the right side. Ball and a strike for Roller. Possibly go up by 8 with a base hit here. Changeup goes high. 2 balls, 1 strike. For Roller, certainly due in game 2, as the leadoff hitter has only reached once. 2-1. High and in. Throw to third. No tag there by Avery. Count 3-1 favoring Roller, and with a ball possibly pitched by Sparks, it could be another inning where Milligan has loaded up the bases. 3-1. Outside corner, strike 2. And now the count is full. So 2 outs. Beaver at third. Nocera at second. 9-3 the score. Payoff. Swinging a pop-up left side of the infield. Bailey has a beat on it and makes the catch for out number 3. So 3 straight outs, and Bluefield able to leave 2 Milligan runners stranded. Going to the bottom of the 6th, though, it's 9-3. Buffalo's on top of the Rams here from Bluefield. Bottom of the sixth here from Bluefield. Rams down by 6 runs. It's 9-3. Mary Blake Avery will lead it off. Riley O'Neill on deck and Aaron Haley in the hole. Bailey Engel, glad to have you with us. Milligan looks like they're making some switches. A runner or now a new third baseman in for the Buffaloes. Allison Davidson mans the corner. There's that signature wind. Avery 0 for 2, 9-3 the score. First pitch from Jenkins. Fastball that goes outside. And I heard it's like this even in August. So not only is it slightly cold in these early spring months, but when it gets hot, it is tough to play softball up here. The 1-0. Swinging a foul tip. Like we said at the top of the first broadcast today, don't have a press box. So there's really nothing to stagger the wind flowing in towards our camera. 1-1 goes low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Not a great hair day for the voice of the Rams. Hairdo right now kind of looks something like our president's. Count 2 balls and 1 strike. Whipped in. Popped up right field. Grindstaff finds it and squeezes to make the catch. Avery falls to 0 for 3, and that'll bring up Riley O'Neill. Her and Aaron Haley have combined for now 3 hits. Jacqueline Jenkins looking in. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, chasing way outside. Jenkins today only with 1 strikeout, but still has not allowed a run since the 2nd inning. Rams in that span have had some runners on base, but have failed to punch them in. 0-1 to O'Neill. Swinging a pop-up, shallow right. Grindstaff steps up. Once again makes the catch. Well, the wind swirling around, you have to give it to some of these outfielders. It's been a tough day for them. And none more challenging than Aaron Haley, but on the flip side, doing a good job at the plate, 2 for 2. Pitch. Swinging another pop-up, and now a dead ball. Haley batted it while she was out of the batter's box, so that is illegal, and she goes down with an out. 3 up, 3 down go the Rams. Headed to the 7th inning. Bluefield trails 9-3. hitter in for Milligan as the wind continues to flow in. It's Taylor Begley, the freshman for Milligan College. They lead 9-3. Top of the 7th here, Lakin Sparks still in the circle for Bluefield. And we're now in the 2-3-4 part of the lineup. So Kaylee Frascatori is due up next, but that will probably not be the case as Sparks deals that one right down the middle. Amber Holloman is taking some cuts on the on-deck circle. Been a tough day for Bluefield now in game 2 as that pitch flares outside. Ball and a strike. Rams haven't scored a run since the 2nd inning. Milligan has since then scored 7 unanswered, including 4 in the 3rd. Pitch outside. Sparks starting to miss her territory here. 2 balls and 1 strike. And for Begley on the year, this is just her 7th at-bat as she pops it foul over the dugout. Just hitting 167, has 1 hit on the season in her freshman year. And it wasn't a home run and didn't knock in any runs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Goes outside, ball 3. So full count to Begley. Milligan has just came in and gotten the job done so far today. Being able to get on base, payoff outside, ball 4. So Begley gets on with a walk, and here comes Holloman. Holloman looking for her first hit of the season. Freshman from Lenoir City, Tennessee. 6-run lead at 9-3 for Milligan. The pitch right down the middle. There's strike 1. Well, no balls, 1 strike, a 6-run lead. Milligan has been able to load up the bases more than half of this game as that pitch comes in on the inside corner by Sparks, quickly 0-2. 4 errors for Bluefield, but you can't really knock the fielding as much for Bluefield. Milligan just puts the ball in play, which Bluefield struggled to do. On the changeup, popped up out to left field now in foul territory and caught by Pennington. Able to tag up Begley, and that ball will roll through the infield. Throckmorton chasing it down as it rolls through the grass. Over to third goes Begley, and on the error now, a runner to third. So Holloman is out. And now Lakin Sparks will throw it to first, and Begley stays at third base. Buddy Gallimore was trying to argue that she left early. But it doesn't look like we have any instant replay here. So just with 1 out and a runner at third off of the error, nobody was there to field it. Not a great throw by Pennington. The pitch high and in. There's ball 1. Another new batter in for Milligan. Karsten Miller, the freshman from Powell, Tennessee. So all the first-year players starting to step up for the Buffaloes. 1-0. It's low. 2 balls, no strikes. Showing the depth of this Milligan roster. Karsten Miller has a couple of hits on the year. She's hitting 154. Line drive in a left field, caught by Pennington. Rockets it into home, and O'Neill is there. So 2 gone, 9-3 the score. Runner stays at third, and no change here. Morgan Overholser will step up to the plate. First baseman is 0 for 4. Last time served one out to center, and Aaron Haley let it go off of her glove. So 2 outs. Pitch just a bit low. 1 ball, no strikes. And on the ground, bobbled by Avery, stays with it, whips to first, in time for the out. Good play by the third baseman, and Bluefield keeps the score at 9-3. Last chance for the Rams, down by 6, 9-3 here in Bluefield. Last chance for the Rams, down by 6. It is 9-3. Lake and Sparks to lead it off in the 8-9-1. It'll be Sparks and then Denton warming up the on-deck circle for Bluefield, batting in the place of Gabby Mellick, who went 0 for 2. Here's Sparks, 0 for 2 as well. Reached on a fielder's choice her last time. And now in the circle, Josie Milam, junior from Bluntville, Tennessee, replacing Jacqueline Jenkins. That pitch goes right down the Broadway for strike 1. Milam on the year, 2.42 ERA, 1-0 on the season, has no saves, 8 2/3 innings pitched, 12 hits, 3 earned runs, with no walks and 2 strikeouts. 0-1. Outside corner, strike 2. Starting to look like a dinner plan strike zone as the sun starts to poke out, and we are about an hour and a half in the books in this game. Milam whips in, swing and a miss, strike 3. And Sparks likely to end her day going 0 for 3 in game 2. Now here's Denton. Now the senior coming in with just a 167 average as 1 RBI with no homers. And just as we end the day, the sun pokes through on the right side. The pitch, swinging a line drive out on the right. That will roll in towards the parking lot, and someone's going to have to track that one down. So we'll be right back here at Graham Rec Park on Saturday. And then tomorrow, even though it's supposed to rain, we are scheduled to have a doubleheader with baseball against Shawnee State, 0-1. Inside, ball and a strike. So join us out at Bowen Field tomorrow. First game against Shawnee State will be at 3 o'clock. Playing a couple of 7-inning contests there, as it is not a conference doubleheader. 1-1. Way outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. So Rams likely to fall to 5-14 after getting swept in this doubleheader. Pitch. Swinging a ground ball towards short. Beaver has it. Throw to first in time, and now Bluefield is down to their final out, down 9-3. Here's Kate Pennington, 1 for 3, a single back in the second inning. Really the story of the day, the Rams have not been able to put the bat on the ball in game 2. Game 1 a little bit closer, 5-3, as this pitch just comes at a glacial pace low, ball 1. Rams with 8 hits. Game 2 as that pitch is swung on and grounded over towards Shelly Newton. Head coach just O-laid that one, didn't want to go get it. Ball and a strike. And Milligan looking as a talented team moving forward in their AAC schedule. Pitch goes outside and low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Milligan will also play Union in their next game, and they will play them tomorrow in Johnson City. Another pitch hits the outside, or nearly hits the outside part of the plate. It's ball 3. Counted 3-1, 2 outs. So big doubleheader for Milligan tomorrow. 3-1. Swinging a pop-up out towards right field, trying to track it down, and the catch is made by Begley for out number 3. So that is it here. Bluefield gets swept in the doubleheader as Milligan wraps up game 2, 9-3. Win will go to Jacqueline Jenkins, in Bluefield's unfortunate loss will go to Lake and Sparks. Tune in tomorrow as we have baseball in a doubleheader against Shawnee State, but softball will also be on the Rams Digital Sports Network on Saturday. But until then, my name is Bailey Engel, reminding you the final score from Graham Rec Park. Rams get swept in the doubleheader after falling in game 2, 9-3.